All right, welcome back, everybody. So legs today, day 6, I believe, of the summer bulk, and it's been going well, you guys. I'm looking forward to every workout. The workouts are going smoothly. I'm not really finding myself having trouble getting into the flow of things again, which is really exciting for me, and it's also a good thing because that means I can give you guys better advice and better videos, focus more on the filming side of things. So it's been kind of fun in that aspect, but there's always room for improvement. Obviously, nobody's perfect, and I'm willing to take advice from wherever I can get it. So if anyone's lifting a certain way better than me, or if maybe it's not better than me, but I'm still gonna listen to what they have to say and see how they do it, and because it could work for someone else. And like I said before, everyone has different body types, so always keep an open mind in lifting, and that's one of the most important things you can do. I feel like to become a better lifter is never judge a way somebody does an exercise without fully checking it out for yourself. So anyways, you guys, it's gonna be a fun lift today. It's hot again, so I think I might do some swimming for cardio actually today. So it's gonna be a late night editing. There are a couple things I want to get done. Like once I get home, I definitely want to start edit this video, and then I want to make a task list kind of for my day off tomorrow for my weekend actually. So first of all, I want to get my gym bag back together, and I need to remember to find my lifting straps. And also, I can't find my headphones, the ones I've been using, which I don't really care, to be honest. They were like $20, and they fall out every workout, like you guys have seen the past couple workouts. So I'm definitely looking to buy a new pair come next payday. So should be getting paid next week. So I'm pretty excited. I'll be able to afford some new headphones, and then the video should be a little bit better from there on out, because the ones I want to buy have an open ear, so you can actually hear your surroundings while listening to the music, and it's crazy. I'll show you guys, and I might even do a product review on the channel because they are great headphones for the gym. But anyways, guys, yeah, we're gonna do a normal leg workout. I probably will go for some RDLs again, maybe deadlifts, we'll see. I kind of want to hop into the deadlift box, and I'll show you guys what that is. Sometimes they're shaped as a diamond or a box, but I just feel like it's really good to keep you centered and keep your back straight for heavy lifts. I do have my belt, one of my lighter belts, so we'll see if it still fits me. It's from when I was skinnier a little bit, but I think it will. I think it still fits me. But anyways, I'll catch you guys when we get there in a second, and for the warm-up stretches. And I think I'm gonna film it this time, so see you then. Okay, so I did end up filming my correctives / warm-up dynamic stretches. Some of these stretches are static, but mostly they are dynamic. So what I'm going to start out with is just a basic lunge where I rock back and forth all the way forward and then back onto rest on your heel. Kind of just, it's better to stretch these first a little dynamically just to loosen up than to just force a static stretch on your hamstrings. It might be a little bit hard to do, especially if they're really cold and you haven't really moved around it much that day. I've been at work all day, but I always do a certain amount of stretches regardless, because let's be honest, ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So you guys, I always say this, but if you got injured, it's just gonna set your gains back. So there's no point in rushing these things unless you're on a strict time crunch. I would just shorten the amount of stretching you're doing, but I wouldn't completely skip it ever. So then I go back to just reaching up from these lunging positions. This is kind of just something I like to do to loosen up my sides a little bit. So then we're gonna flip over here, and then point your toes straight forward as much as you can, and round your shoulders, and just kind of lean into this stretch. We're gonna do 2 different variants of this kind of hamstring stretch, this one where you kind of do the rounded shoulders, and then we're going to point our toes straight and keep our back straight as possible while leaning forward. And you'll feel this stretch in a different part of your hamstring when you do it. Just trust me, guys. These two may look very similar, but they're completely different. So next I'm gonna hop on over to the butterfly stretch, classic groin stretch, just loosening it up. This is a very important stretch, do not forget ever. Other ways of kind of stretching it out, but that's my favorite one. Classic. And then we're gonna do this corrective right here. You guys probably haven't seen this before, but you can put your hands under your butt, kind of like I'm doing here, if you want a little bit of an assistance for your first time. So that's what I'm doing while I'm getting back into it. But keep your legs straight as possible, and point them towards the sky, and then kind of point your toes towards yourself, down towards the floor as much as you possibly can. And just do 10 lower, where you lower one leg and then raise it back up, and then just do that 10 times, and then switch to your other leg. And this kind of corrective stretch is really going to help out with your hamstrings and lower back. Trust me, you guys, I was having problems with my lower back a lot until I started doing this stretch, and or this corrective exercise, and I'll never go back. Never skip this one again. It's one of the best ones I've ever learned. I learned it in weight training class in college, so yeah, shout out to my professor for this one. Most of these corrective exercises actually I got from him, so that's it for that, and it's pretty easy. It feels great. And then we're just going to do the classic pull your knee up to your chest, and I always like to rotate my ankle around both directions, and then kind of loosen up my hip flexor by just pulling my leg around, shifting around that hip joint a little bit. And same thing on the other side. And just one thing I forgot to mention, each one of these stretches I'm just holding for about 10 seconds each, and we're never push your stretches as hard as you can. Subtly keep applying more and more pressure to them, and eventually you'll get to the point you are. But if you're not flexible at first, never force it. And if you need help, you can use a partner to help you pull yourself a little bit, or push your legs up in that first corrective. So next you're gonna see me, I'm doing this here, so it's called Cobra pose, and this one I'm in right now is a child's pose, I believe. So switching between these two poses, these are yoga poses, but trust me, you guys, you need to add this to your correctives. It's going to change your life. Just rock back between the both of these, and kind of just, it doesn't really matter how long you stay in either one. You can only do either or you can do both. Just kind of listen to your body, you guys, and whatever feels better in the moment, spend more time in that area. So next you're gonna see me doing the calf stretch to the bear, right here. The calf stretch, I think it's called downward dog or something like that. This is another yoga pose, to bear, and then we walk our hands back to our toes and kind of just hang there, let the head down, and then slowly raise up. And then this is where we're gonna just stretch out our back a little bit. Point your fingers to the ceiling, and kind of just stretch back and forth. I didn't show you guys that half moon pose stretch because it was off camera a little bit. I was kind of stuck in the corner over here. And then I'll do that little squat stretch, which you just saw there, kind of just applying pressure to my hip flexors and groin. And then we got these, I actually forget what these are called, but you kind of just want to grab your toes from a slight knee bend, go down to a squat position, and then hold the squat position with your arms pointed straight forward at different levels. Wait different times before you pop up, and that's just a good way to loosen up your hips as well, and your hamstrings, and all over your posterior chain. And then last but not least, of course, we're gonna hit the quad stretch. Always hit this one, don't forget the quads. And then actually after this stretch, there's one more thing I do. So I get a wide stance, and I always like doing this because it just hits like a different part of my hamstring, I feel. Reach straight back, then rock side to side, first to the right, then to the left. Hold it for a second. It doesn't have to be 10 seconds, but hold it, and then that's it. And then I actually forgot to show you guys, this last one is called pigeon, I believe, and this is just for that outside of the hip flexor, the adductor area. And this is another yoga pose. Here I'm showing you from this forward angle, but then I turn to the side so you can kind of see how to do it a little bit better. And there's other ways of performing this, but I found this to be the best one if you're already flexible. So here I'm showing myself getting into it, turning sideways for you. Just put one foot over, and you can even grab your foot like I do here, push it up a little bit, and just kind of like rock into it. You can even lay down like I'm doing here, but this is a great stretch. Try throwing this one in, and then I'll show you guys another variation next time. Okay, first things first, leg extensions. As always, I like to get the blood flowing in the quads and the hamstrings before jumping into a heavy squat or deadlift. So usually I'll rock 4 sets of these, and the gym was so busy today, you guys, that I don't even show my warm-up sets. So right here I think I'm doing like 190, maybe 200 pounds. What I'm doing on leg extension and hamstring curl now, with pretty good control, I'd say. But careful unloading these too heavy, you guys. Like, the leg extensions are so rough on your knees, so remember, don't extend the legs, lock them out fully, lock out the knees on this one if possible. You're going to put your knee joints under a lot of stress unnecessarily when loading this up. So it's more important to focus on squeezing with the quads and not with locking out your knees. So if you can imagine that, try and do that. So I'm going to show you guys, I think I just show you my working sets here. So I think I do 3 or 4 sets of each. So yeah, there we go, 3 sets. So now I'm going to hop over to the hamstring. And like I said, I did a couple warm-up sets before these. So I actually technically did do more than 4 sets, but working sets, just keep it easy, man. These are probably the most classic and best exercises to grow your legs. People underestimate these. They always think squats is going to be the only major way you want to do it, but this is important to not skip these crucial machines: the leg extension, hamstring curl, hip abductors, the glute extension. These are all going to maximize your squat and get your numbers up, because one of my goals getting back into the gym is to kind of see where my PRs are at, which is something I've never really mapped out before. Personally, I've known it in my head always what my kind of limitations are when it comes to working out, but I kind of want to just see how far I can go with it. Alright, and then after that, straight over to the squat. Of course, I did warm-up sets. I started with nothing on the bar at all. I didn't show you guys those because, like I said, the gym was super busy and I didn't want to hog any station by trying to set up the filming. So I skipped straight ahead to this, which we did last week. So here I go, lifting up to 225. And today I kind of wanted to see how far I could go by myself. So this is still a warm-up set, but the next 3 sets after this one are my working sets. I guess you could count this as a working set because 225 has kind of been my working weight for the past couple weeks. But I blew that out of the water today, you guys. As you'll see right now, I slap on the 25s on both sides, and we're picking up 275 right here. I got the belt on, and like I said, the belt, it barely fits, so I'm kind of scared it's gonna pop open in the bottom of the squat. And look at, that's pretty clean. I'm pretty happy with that, you guys. I'm getting pretty low in the squat, and I'm not leaning too far forward or back. I'm a little bit shaky, but it's a lot of weight I'm not used to having on me, and that last rep was tough. But 3, I'm really proud of that. So 3, like I said, don't force yourself to do anything that's too much right away. So I drop back down to 225 and finish out 2 more sets.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Next exercise is going to be RDLs and slash deadlifts again this week. I didn't end up showing you guys the box like I was mentioning on the car ride to the gym in the beginning of this video, because I just felt like the straight bar was going to give me more out of my lower back, and hamstrings kind of loading it up more for the RDLs. I kind of wanted to do RDLs more so than I really wanted to do deadlifts, so there you go. As you can see, sometimes if I don't get the amount of reps I want, I just put the weight back down on the ground, give it a second before I go back and finish out the last 2 reps. So here we are, we're repping 225 again today. I'm going to do this for another week or 2, and then I'll probably add on maybe like 20 more pounds, slap a 10 on each side, kind of see where that gets us. But kind of keeping the back straight as possible is more important than doing heavy weight here. And I can feel the gains that I'm getting from this already. And my posterior train's a lot stronger, and this is just going to help you stay solid in the bottom of your squats. And really, it's like one of the compound movements I want to improve and kind of see what my PR can get up to, because I've never tried to push myself past 315. So I want to see if I can do that this summer, and that would be awesome. Alright, second to last exercise, you guys, the adductors, the outside and the inside. I only show 2 sets of each, again, because the gym is super busy right now. And there's people waiting to get on these machines, like I mentioned. And if you've been watching my videos for a while now, you know my gym here, my main gym, it only has 1 of each variations of this machine. So honestly, that's one of the reasons why I kept a membership at Planet Fitness, just so I could go back and forth between, because I know Planet has 2 of each variation of this, so there's always 1 open. Majority of the time there's also 1 broken, so usually 3 are always running, so it's kind of nice to have that rotation there. And guys, kind of a little trick I do on this one is what you'll see is, if you want to have it stretch out farther, to kind of give you more of a stretch in this exercise, kind of just stand up on the machine before you start, so you can kind of have your legs more wide, and then slide down, kind of using your hands to press it together. And same thing when you exit the machine, just kind of stand up within it, like you'll see me do here. So see, I kind of use my hands to push the pads together a little bit, stand up, and there you go when I sit down to start as well. And this I found to really help me, because I'm not that flexible when it comes to this. So this is kind of just something that helped me get to that next level of this, and push myself to actually get the stretch in it. And there you go, you guys. Last but not least, we're gonna hit the calf raises again. We only have one variation of this machine at my gym, so it's seated, but I like it though. I have 245 plates on here, and I'm just going slow and controlled as possible, really giving it a good contraction at the top. I think this is what has been growing my calves the most. So we're gonna do 3 sets. I think I show all 3 sets to you guys here. But yeah, like I said, you guys, I do this machine every single day. Actually, I'm at the gym, believe it or not, because I'm trying to grow my legs the most as possible I possibly can right now. So I usually do this every time after every single workout. I think calves are one of those things you have to hit hard if you want them to grow, because you're standing all day and those muscles are constantly working. So why would they grow unless you put them under a lot of stress? But obviously I'm not going to film it every time I do it. So I only film it on leg days for you guys. And so there you go. Yep, and then we hit the pose down right here, and look at my farmer's tan, you guys, from that sunburn. It is gnarly. It's kind of funny, actually. It kind of cuts right across where my insertions are for my quads, so it kind of ruins this pose down, but I did it regardless, because I'm going to show you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly no matter what with this journey. So there you go. Alright, you guys, so that's it for today. We can call it a wrap on legs and working out for the week. So gonna take 2 rest days, and now that doesn't mean you get to skip your cardio, you guys. Of course, like always, make sure to do your cardio. I might get back into hitting the heavy bag for my cardio. We'll see how my wrist is doing. My left wrist was, I basically sprained it like a couple months back, and it's never been right since. It's been clicking ever since, so it's been kind of tough for me to hit the heavy bag. And I don't even know, they took down the water bag, the aqua bag, and the heavy bag at my gym, so now there's no bags at all to hit, and it kind of sucks. So anyways, boxing is my favorite cardio. If you guys didn't know, it's a great cardio, along with jump rope. So I'm gonna do jump rope today, and probably 15 minutes, and then 15 minutes on the seated bike at home while I'm editing this video for you guys. So yeah, solid workout, solid week at the gym, you guys. Really happy with what we accomplished this week. And today, I mean, I think, what did I do for I got back up to 275, I think, on squat, which is huge. That's a lot of weight putting up. I used my belt, and it is a little tight. It barely fits. I was kind of worried it was just gonna open up like mid squat, because my mid section is a lot thicker now, and so like when I get to the bottom of the squat, it kind of presses against the Velcro. So I thought the Velcro was gonna unfold. It was only hanging on by like about a couple inches, maybe an inch or two. So anyways, I have another belt, a better belt, that actually snaps into place. I'll bring that one next leg day. But other than that, I'm really happy with the 275 for 3. You know, it was solid, but I don't know if I got the depth I was looking for. I'm going to review the footage, and that's kind of like why I like making these videos as well, because I can go back and see my form throughout the RDLs and deadlifts. Those were pretty intense today. I'm really happy I ended up doing those, because, you know, sometimes it's hard to convince yourself to muster up the energy to actually perform these high energy lifts that they're demanding a lot of energy from you, especially at the end of the day. I work out after work, so it's a little bit demanding, but it is worth it in the end, you guys. So never skip them. You will regret it if you do skip them. I know a lot of people that don't do it. A lot of people used to do it with me in football, and I see people like not doing it already because they say it's hard on their body, and it's hard on their body because they haven't been doing it at all. And it is a demanding exercise, don't get me wrong, on your joints, your knees, and your back, definitely your lower back. But if you work the muscles around those joints, it kind of strengthens the area and lessens the load, if you will. So anyways, you guys, yeah, awesome week. I'm excited for next week, and these videos are going so well. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to me, liking my videos, and commenting on the videos. The support helps me do what I love doing, and I really hope I can get myself out there more with these videos. I know we're kind of stuck in the under 100 view area, but it's no big deal. I'm doing these videos for those people that do want to watch, and you know, it's not about, you know, getting clout or anything like that. I really want to motivate people and make it easier for people to do not the right thing, but the healthy thing, and, you know, take care of their bodies. And because, you know, health is important, and longevity, that's how you kind of have longevity throughout your life. But anyways, you guys, like the video, subscribe. I'll see you next week. I appreciate you guys so much, and stay tuned for the summer bulk. It's getting crazy, you guys. I'm so excited. It's only gonna go up from here, so I'll see you in the next one. Peace.